Hello, this is Nietzsche Lennon, and I just wanted to take a little bit of time on this late evening to make a recording to introduce my chronicle for Vampire the Masquerade, which I will be recording on Sundays, and we'll be using the 20th anniversary editions of the rules, and I would like to go ahead and thank James Bacon and Epic for helping me come up with some character ideas, as well as making maps and helping me with the website Roll20. So that said, I wanted to set up the game that we're going to be playing, which is a Southern Gothic style story, which I found inspiration from various books and such. In particular, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is one of my influences, as well as the Savannah by Night series and the New Orleans by Night books, not series but books. So that said, the Chronicle, other than its inspirations, is one of my own making. I came up with all the characters myself, with the exception of a few that I had help with from various friends, and it's set in a fictional town called Jericho, Georgia. Now, if there is a Jericho, Georgia, I haven't Googled it or anything. It's just coincidence. I really was making a city that was very reminiscent of Savannah, Georgia. And the backstory is, and I'm not going to read this wall of text, I'm just going to give you a summary, which is that when General Sherman came into Savannah, Georgia, after leaving a wake of death and scorched earth behind him, he refused to touch the city because it was so beautiful. He took one look upon the city and said, "No, we'll let it stand." And he went south, through swamps, through bad weather, and into a cesspool of a city called Jericho, which is a mere shadow of Savannah. The city is nefarious. It was decayed, filled with unsavory characters. If only he had known what sort of characters also lurked in the shadows of this old city, this once glorious city of the antebellum South. But he didn't hurt the city, even though his first reaction was to burn it to the ground. He was commanded by a captivating voice from a beautiful woman and told that he should turn around, lead his soldiers out, and forget about the city. And sure enough, he did. And thus the backdrop of our city is laid. More recent history of the city finds us in a strange place where, in these final nights, the Sabbat have become much more active. After years of relative peace, they have decided to start acting unsavory again, running amok in the city, causing masquerade breaches and such. Shovel heads have to be put down every night, it seems. But that's okay, because the new prince, who was just appointed, decided he was going to take a harsher stance against the Sabbat. He's allowed the embrace of several fledglings, something to act as a bit of a brigade with the sheriff's bully boy squadron. They will patrol the streets, they will put down masquerade breaches, and most importantly, they will behave as cannon fodder for the Sabbat threat. Now, as time progresses in this chronicle, we're hoping to see less combat, more social. Of course, that's entirely up to the characters and the way they play their characters out. I can go ahead and introduce you to what we have so far, which is Daniel's character, who is going to be somewhat of a stereotype of a typical toreador, who's an art dealer, who's more of a social character. The Bruja, Ulfric, which is Bacon's character, he will, no doubt, I'm not sure what he's going to do. I'm not even going to try to explain him. He's going to be a Bruja. The more unique characters would be our Assamite sorcerer, Darnell Robertson, played by Bacon. And I'm curious as to where he's going to take that. I know he's going to be a socially awkward character. He has recently become the laughingstock of the city because of a run-in with a certain Malkavian. And then we get to Gabriel, who will be playing a gargoyle, another very fascinating and interesting character. So yeah, there we are. Gargoyle, Bruja. We have an Assamite sorcerer, though no one else is going to know he's a sorcerer. We're gonna see how that goes. And our Toreador, who hasn't finished his character sheet yet. So game time will be next Sunday in the afternoon. We'll play for about an hour, or 2 or 3 hours rather, and I will have the videos up by Monday if my schedule permits it. So go ahead and subscribe. I will appreciate any feedback you give on our chronicle and how we play our characters out and such. But mostly I just want you to enjoy yourselves. And if you do enjoy yourselves, leave a comment and such. And yeah, that's all.